Alright, welcome back to C Turbo Addicts channel. I just want to give you a little bit of an update. I went to set up everything yesterday, put a new wiring harness on and all that yada yada, and I had no spark to try and set this timing. So what I wanted to go over with you today is a quick way to diagnose your coil, switchbox, and distributor trigger. Trigger is mounted inside the distributor. And it seems to me that that is my suspect at this moment according to the test. This is a simple test to basically rule out the coil and the switch box to make sure that they're okay. If you look inside here, and it's kind of hard to see, in there I have a little, looks like kind of like the back of the switch box is blown out, and these wires are pretty corroded here. So what I wanted to show you how to do is do this real fast. First thing that you want to do is disconnect your battery, right? Disconnect your battery, have your key off, all that good stuff. Second thing that you want to do is pull this coil wire out, okay? Now this coil wire runs into the center cap here, and it's threaded in, as you can see on this end, all right? So you can, by hand, pull this directly out. It's a little snug, takes a little bit of oomph, and then you unspin the coil wire, unthread it from the cap. The next thing that you do is you put the coil wire back into the coil on the coil side, and then you place this wire to where you have a gap for something for engine ground, because what we're going to do is create a spark. So you place this so that you have a decent sized gap there and it's not touching anything. The next thing that you do is you disconnect all your distributor wires right here, okay? So you take all these off, and then you jumper the white and the brown with one jumper wire like I have here. The next thing that you do is I like to place an alligator clip here. You can do this multiple different ways, but essentially what you're going to do is ground this out for this test. So I like to use an alligator clip that I can touch on ground and all that good stuff. Wire up your battery. Hook your battery up, put your key in on. Come over here and you want to test for 12 volts or more there, 12 volts or more there. So when the key is on, you're supposed to have 12 volts at both of these terminals, all right? Once you have that, you're going to temporarily ground this black wire on the distributor side. So I have it here. I'm going to use this as my ground, and you watch there. Supposed to watch there. Probably have it touching. Get it so it's not touching. I guess it doesn't work out too good, does it? Jerk. Yay. Alright, so I guess we should, I ended up testing this all out. Let me finish my statement here, because I kind of, my grounding out process in the last video didn't work. Figured out why I didn't have a good ground set up. But anyway, when you have this coil wire near ground, okay, and you take that wire that's attached to this black wire and you ground it out, just tap it lightly on a ground, you know, like I used right here. When you touch it to there, it should spark, okay? You should see a quick spark from the end of your coil wire to your ground. And it should jump about 3/8 of an inch. If it does, and you reassemble all your wires here, you know, black, white, brown, and you hook everything back up and it still doesn't work, what you got going on is you probably have a trigger that's out, okay? So right now, that's the condition that I'm at. This will arc, but when I hook it all back up, and you know, what I was doing was leaving this where the ground was, and I was manually rotating the motor, which you should get 6 sparks. I wasn't getting anything. I was getting no sparks at all rotating the motor. So that tells me that my trigger is probably shot. I'm gonna confirm that today. We'll look at taking this apart. So it worked when I took it apart. I tested it before I took it apart, so it's kind of frustrating right now. So I'm gonna wait to hear back from my Merc buddy, and I'm gonna continue on working on the rest of the boat, like putting seats in today. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, more to come.